can make things move. I can make things move.
I said quarterback shit when I'm I said Scott. I said quarterback shit when I'm under the center. Game plan sick, talking under the weather. You know what we doing? I need that all expense paid inclusive. I'm the plug, so I'm plugged into it. About money like with Jewish white Christmas. I'm Scrooge, bitch. My mood is on cruise ship. If you ain't tuned in, you ain't vibing with my moon man. I move shit like Kerry. I'm the cold truth, Fletcher Reed, Jim Carrey. Everything mooey, that mean the price varies. Need that designer cream shit and all Ben and Jerry's. Cream get the money like 36 chambers. Baskin Robbins shit, 31 flavors. Keep it moving, keep it moving.
I can make things move. I can make things move. I can make things move. I can make things move.
Everything on me. Yeah, tell him Bogart scot-free. Lottie-dottie, like to party. Fuck with blow shoot, trolling 5 Molly. Heard I carry weight, move packs like a dolly. And I stay fuming, clock me doing Godspeed. Business booming, back-to-back trips, moving multiple units. Got mules, got universal soldiers, getting money for sure. Yeah, we ain't shrugging shoulders. You think I'm lucky getting over, made it far, cause I'm sharp, fuck a 4-leaf clover. On my 89, minus the flat top. Getting packs off, smoking on the cash crop. Money talk, if you're broke, then you can't talk. Play a never-ending ball game, Sandlot.
I can make things move. I can make things move. I can make things move.
Getting money when I land there. Smoking all loud so I can't hear. And if your boys bring the noise, all y'all pussies getting scraped pap smear. Codeine got me leaning, Pizza. Put your boy on point, pyramid of Giza. I'ma rock like this till I'm an old geezer. No pizza parlor, but we deliver pizzas. Ask Uncle Sam, I'm taxing. Look, my no hands, telepathic. I can make things move, I'm carefully calculated when I make these moves. I run shit, don't let me get loose. I'm all about my decks, trying not to get goosed. Keep it moving.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey, yes, sir. You know we're ready. Always ready. You know what time it is. Shit. What's up?
What's up, fellas?
Hey,
I don't know if I was muted or if everybody was muted.
My thing tripped out on my end, so I just swooped out and jumped back in. Hey, look at that.
Shit. I can't even see you right now.
I can't even see
to be
both.
honest.
For real,
Okay,
my
see?
shit is gigging. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
See y'all.
I don't know if it's just Bogey or if it's the whole platform, but you know,
There's
we're here.
Bogey.
We're
Yeah,
live.
look at that. That was trippy. I can see y'all, but y'all couldn't see me. That was pretty cool. But you
There
can
you
hear
go.
me.
You got that masking agent, masking filter on your camera.
I want to get one, but it's just my
The
face.
two-way mirror.
Yeah, but it'll just be my face. Like I'm frozen. And I just talk from the background.
Yeah, that's funny.
Look at that. Ooh, I'll get one. It's Lee's face. Yeah.
Kind of like the outro video Peacock did.
Like face wash.
Shout out to Peacock.
What's up, Emil? What's up, Ghost Monkey? What's up, King D?
Yeah, man. Shout out to all of man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You know, being top of the boarding. Happy Tuesday. You definitely got it right. You're tuned in to another live Tuesday edition of Waiver. Hey,
Let's go.
Yeah.
Shoot. One more game. Biggest
One more
game of the
game.
year.
You kidding me,
Yeah,
man?
and I ain't gonna lie, we already got several. You know, we're good at compiling lists. You know, what I mean, I know JD got a list going. He's filling up a league, an offense-only dynasty that we're about to launch. I got a list of I'm probably gonna launch at least three. More than likely just three dynasty startups this offseason. Got a fat list for those already. You know, what I mean, a lot of the who's who. You know, what I mean, that you guys all know and love. But we also got some newcomers that have been around, but you know what I mean, definitely haven't dipped their toe into the dynasty savagery yet. So it'll be a fun offseason. But you know, before that, we do got this one more game. We just finished up and wrapped up championship weekend. Just to touch on these games before we get to this news. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. There was like a good half there. I was on the road for that first half, pretty much of that Broncos game, and I was like, wow. Patriots, if they don't get it together after this half, like there's like the Broncos were just hanging in there the whole game until Jared Stidham looked like like a backup.
Yeah, he needed to be on the loo all day
third
long.
quarter.
He looked like shit.
Yeah, it was super bad. I mean, that first few possessions that the Broncos had, they were able to move the ball pretty freely there. And then on the opposite, you know, Drake Manning, they were struggling early on. They figured it out. This kind of been the story of them all year.
Soon as that weather changed, that game changed.
That's a fact.
Brutality.
You know what I mean? And it's funny because for years, New England was infamous for like hosting shit. And Bill Belichick, the evil emperor himself, he used to seem like he would call on weather at will whenever he needed an extra help. You know what I mean? Like, you know, bring the weather in here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, shout out to the Broncos, man. You know what I mean?
It's great holding. It's great holding an opponent to a lower score, but the turnovers, the forced turnovers, that's what's been winning.
There was
these
one
games
where he had a shovel pass. He had a shovel pass that almost got like that.
That was
got turned over. Then the very next play, he throws it right to Gonzalez.
Yeah,
like that was crazy. I mean, yeah, it was really bad.
Joe Brady got a 5-year deal in Buffalo.
So Joe Brady's the head coach.
Yes, sir. They just signed a 5-year deal.
That made the most sense to me.
Yeah, it did.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I caught that. I thought there was no water in this Davis Webb bullshit, and like I felt like with Joe Brady, with the news. Well, we'll get to it later, but with Clint Kubiak potentially staying with Seattle, you know, the Raiders were like they're pushing for that second interview with Joe Brady, and you know what I'm saying, the Buffalo's like, hold on, bro.
There is a new king.
We're gonna have to keep you right here. Josh Allen is actually it's 3 years of Josh Allen with Joe Brady now, so I'm pretty sure the relation. You know, it says a lot when they get rid of McDermott because I feel like that's Josh Allen. You know what I mean? And like keep Dave. Like first he wanted this Davis Webb thing. There was a rumor of that because that's like his boy for real. Fuck all that. You know what I mean? Joe Brady was the right choice here. Yeah.
That leaves what? 3 coaches left. 3 left.
Back to the other championship game, Seattle hosting LA. Man, that game was exciting. It's insane to see that, like, in the biggest game of Sam Darnold's career, he played the best he's ever played. That's big for me to give him these props here.
Hey, do we just say it's been a long time coming, or pause, or is it like you know, he's still like every dog has his day or some shit like that?
I mean,
like, what are
he
we
has
finally
a bunch of insurance
giving
over
him
there to bail him out. You know, he has that defense. You know, he has the run game that and as long as their offensive line is healthy, they've been good in pass pro because he's, you know what I mean, he's had plenty of time in the pocket. There was a play where he ran for a first down where it's like, okay, maybe the oblique isn't, because he didn't been practicing or throwing really all week, and nothing deep, no deep passes at least, because that oblique he's been nursing. But now he's got another 2 weeks, so he'll be fully healthy when he's losing the Super Bowl. Ha ha! Sam Darnold in my house.
That'll be funny.
I heard
Yeah.
there's a rumor.
What's
Sam
the latest
Darnold
on Tua, King? I think it looks like they're going to eat the dead money. They're going to find a way if it's going to be this year and next year and divide that dead money into the. And Tua, they say he's played his last down in Miami.
This is just a complete cut ties scenario, I believe.
It's another Russell Wilson.
They're gonna bring in, some kind of patchwork.
Malik
QB.
Willis.
Yeah, but see, I don't even think it might not even necessarily be. Is Malik Willis the free agent?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, okay. Then that's more
Hafley-
likely. If they have to
Hafley
trade
is
for
very
him,
fond of him.
it's highly unlikely to me.
Hafley's very fond of him. That's what who they want to bring in, but we shall see what happens.
Yeah, I think it would also depend on whatever coordinator they bring in. They did hire a coordinator. They're bringing Slowick.
It is.
Which is, he's from that lineage. He's from the Shanahan tree, which is, so I'm sure a lot of the terminology and things of that nature would, for a Malik Willis coming from a LaFleur system, which is essentially a Shanahan disciple. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at it for Malik Willis over there because they're definitely moving on from Tua. And there's I totally see Tua being like a bridge quarterback, if not a starter. And bridge quarterback could be like with the Raiders. You know what I mean? They'll draft somebody and then Tua will be there for like the first, 5-6 weeks or whatever it is as the starter. Or the Jets, dare I say, which I would hate. You know what I mean? I guess for it would be Tua behind the best offensive line he's ever been behind, maybe since college.
What are you doing with Tua in Dynasty?
We only play Superflex predominantly, right? So I would still hold on to him. I mean, if I'm trading him, it's to a QB needy team that's willing to pay something that I need. Maybe it doesn't have to be picks. Maybe I can do player for maybe some needs for needs type of deal here. But yeah, I think the stock on him is low.
Yeah, you got to wait till he gets like a game, right? You're like the leading up to a game.
As soon as he gets signed with somebody, you can put him on.
As soon as he gets signed, right? Which would be say he gets signed to the Raiders, then I'm really just trying to trade him off for whatever I can get because the Raiders will draft a predecessor. And that's
so you would
thing. Go ahead.
For the last round of the draft. Or wait till he's gonna be starting for a week, whether it be off the bench or from like in the middle of the season, if he's QB2 somewhere and that QB1
for
goes
me,
down.
I keep digging and digging and digging until I strike oil, right? Or I find that gold vein and we're striking it rich, real 49er shit, right?
Where's he gonna go? That's gonna give him a starting opportunity.
And that's my point. Gate. Look at last year. When I had in all the places I had Danny Dumbass, I was even before he was named the starter, I just knew wholeheartedly he's gonna be the starter. So I was trying to pedal him off. And then the moment and I got deals done. But then the moment he got named as a starter, which I had used as my selling point, listen, he's gonna be named a starter eventually, just trust me on this. But it's not like I could sell him like he was the starter already. Because then if I would have waited and even waited till he balled out, probably would have got a first round for him. Like I saw a JD move flipped a Danny Dumbass to mouth from the Bay for a first.
Emil said this one: Tua to the Falcons. Penix start, but I don't know if
that's great because he's got starts. Oh well, Cousins or Tua.
Cousins is going to be a post June 1st cut.
But see, here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
Is they could restructure him prior to that because there is a direct correlation. Last year, we were trying to, when Penix was set to be the starter and healthy and all that, we were trying to send Cousins to the Browns to figure out their situation because he played under Stefanski with the Vikings for a couple of years, got into the playoffs. They won a playoff game. There's some history there. There's an automatic correlation. So I feel like they're at minimum if Penix isn't a go at all. You know what I mean? They're gonna house Cousins still. You know what I mean? And if it's a post cut, it's not uncommon that they re-sign him again. You know what I mean? Because if they are gonna move on from him, I don't see why if he's a post June whatever cut that they wouldn't trade him to the Vikings or something. There's somewhere he would want to go. You know what I mean? Because I feel like the Vikings are still gonna be in their same QB situation lightweight. You know what I mean?
Shoot, I would say Tua is a slight upgrade over Cousins for the Falcons' sake. Uh, he's pretty good at that like 15-yard, 10-yard pass. No slight on him. I know he gets boneheaded, but he's pretty accurate on the short throws, and then occasionally he'll be able to hurt you in that deep bomb. And what I'm getting at is that Falcons have that kind of like scheme that's already too like friendly.
I mean, I think
Um,
anyone that has Bijan like running and opening up everything for him, it's good for whoever's back there. I mean, we even saw Penix have some 300-yard passing games. You know what I mean? And some highly efficient games where we didn't need the volume. We didn't need him throwing like 40 times to get him up there because he had the threat of Bijan, and that play action was legit. Now you got Stefanski going there, who's gonna, he's gonna emphasize a lot of Bijan. They got a good offensive line, so if you do put the tuna fish there, like the same argument for him going to the Jets potentially, or anywhere for that matter, it's gonna be a better offensive line than he's ever had. The one thing I do buy into is like remember when one of the big blockbuster moves that the Dolphins made was they traded for like Teron Armstead, he was a right tackle for the Saints. But once they brought him over to the Dolphins, he's the blind spot guy because you got a left-handed quarterback here. You know what I mean?
for Stefanski, what's the WR1 on record for his?
So okay, look at this. So
like who's the best wide receiver he's ever?
You can go to recently. Go to 2024 season where he had Jared Judy finish as a WR1. He was 12, right? He might have been like
so where
and
Drake
then,
London.
Then there's Amari Cooper, the Pooper Scooper. You know what I mean? And then you go back to then you got to go back to like Diggs because he also at one point had the likes of OBJ and Landry, and it was always like Landry was the consistent one. You know what I mean? It's like, to get to my point, he never really had enough to feed more than one receiver, but we were getting some WR1s there, going back to Diggs in Minnesota,
and some pretty good tight ends. So we have Pitts there. He's already signed.
And Pitt's a free agent
there.
Didn't
they already extend him? No.
Oh, word.
No, the rumor is they got to tag him.
Okay, that would make sense. Because then if not, I see them immediately slotting in Njoku. Like they'll bring in Njoku from free agency. I'm sure. You know what I mean? If not,
I've seen a lot of
That's
new.
True. He is available.
Some first.
Njoku's available. Yeah.
Jeremiah, the big college guy. He put his mock out. He has the 49ers taking the best tight end in the first round.
Let's go.
That's what they have. I mean, and
if anyone else gets in our way, I will take them down like I did the substation.
No, that's what they have. The 49ers in a mock because they have the kid from Oregon going.
You know, it's funny because Daniel Jeremiah, he's like, he's not the rightest. He's usually like, kind of wrongest. You know what I mean? But I can dig it. I mean, it's blatantly obvious. And say we went with like a later round tight end, like a prospect that's not one of the top 5 prospects at the position, it wouldn't surprise me because Shanahan might be like, well, Tonjes will be healthy. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true.
Like he's just crazy like that, which I hope we make some splashes here because, in JD pointed this out the other day on the stream when we were covering that Rams game is that we're losing the GM battle too. John Lynch ain't handling. You look at Les Snead with the Rams and their aggressive nature. They do what we do, but better than us. You know what I mean? They win in championships being aggressive and making these moves, and they're back. They were a game away again. You know what I mean? And then you got what's his name? What is this fool's name? The GM for the Seahawks.
Oh, you're talking about Schneider?
Schneider. There you go.
John Schneider, yeah. He's been there for a while.
Yeah, that motherfucker been there since like 2010.
Yeah,
2009 maybe.
Yeah, he's been there for a while.
You know what I mean? That's a long.
He was there when Pete Carroll was there, so that's a long ass time.
He's the one that brought in Pete Carroll, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He brought in Pete Carroll. They had the Matt Flynn. They drafted the Legion of Boom. And they had Gus Bradley and had Dan Quinn on that staff too. And Robert Saleh was on that staff. They draft what's his name? They pay Matt Flynn money, then draft what's his name? Russell Wilson in the 3rd round, and he just outplays them in the preseason. and throughout training camp and all that. So they go into week 1 with Russell Wilson is named as the starter. And then then a year later, they win a Super Bowl. And everyone starts getting jobs everywhere. You know what I mean? Like Gus Bradley takes the Jags job, and then Dan Quinn becomes the DC. And then that's actually when they won the Super Bowl with Dan Quinn. Then they went right back, lost. Probably would have won too if they would have ran that ball with Lynch. But they wanted to get Russ the fucking Super Bowl MVP. You know, because that was the guy, that was the face, the one they were trying to push as the face of the franchise. If y'all remember, it was Malcolm Smith, the rookie linebacker in the Super Bowl prior that they won. He got the MVP because he had like a strip sack fumble recovery, and then he had a pick 6, and then he had like, you know, all these pass breakups and tackles. Like, he was the MVP.
So all we got now is the Raiders, Arizona, Raiders, and Browns to make their decisions.
Well, shit, fucking Lee, you ready?
I'm always ready. Let's go.
All right.
Let's do it. Let's go.
All right.
Yeah. Good morning, panel. Good morning, crew. Good happy Tuesday to everyone. Hope everyone had a lovely championship weekend. It was nice. It was pretty good, I guess. And I hope your fantasy
Go Patriots.
your fantasy teams are
Lee, go Patriots.
And a lovely winter storm.
What? I
Patriots, Lee.
have Seattle winning this goddamn thing. I said it. I
Oh,
told
in my house?
Seattle. I have Seattle win this. I'll fuck that. Fuck the Patriots.
You're rooting for Seattle from the beginning.
A hater's gonna hate. That's it.
Yes. That's the most honest statement I've heard in a while. Listen, yeah, what you got for us, Street?
All righty. Well, let's see.
Ears?
The ears. Well, now that the Bills have their coach, I took that out of my notes. That's what I was doing. Well, as for Arizona, the 3 top candidates are Raheem Morris, Mike LaFleur,
and
Anthony Campbell. I don't know what his name is, but also
Campbell?
the Rams Mike LaFleur is believed to be the front runner. So for Arizona,
Is his name Campbell?
Yeah, LaFleur. LaFleur is the now. As for the Raiders,
As in Mike LaFleur.
yes, Mike LaFleur is the.
Ooh, interesting.
Mike LaFleur is the front runner, and yeah. And as for the Raiders, Dayball came in for a second interview, and but he said he's not going to coach this year, so he's waiting till next year. But the Raiders are
He's going to fade off into obscurity.
Yeah. Now the Raiders are also very high on Mike LaFleur, so it's between the Raiders and the Cardinals. But if it was me, I would take the Raiders job to have more to coach. But
Really? You would? Okay, yeah, actually, let's have this conversation real quick.
Here's some insider information from our Raiders fan, real quick. Bakes
yeah,
Lots.
there's Bakes right
Looks
here.
like we're hiring Davis Webb as our head coach soon, along with Brian Dable as our OC. Got that connection from the Bills and Giants.
Yeah. Wow. Here we go.
Yeah, I saw that Davis Webb thing last night, but I was like, we shall see on that one. Yeah.
You're going to have – he's a former QB turned QB coach. You know what I mean? Turned now a potential head coach. Shout out to young Davis Webb. I remember the kid. It's going to be interesting because they're going to draft a young QB, I would imagine, right? You know what I mean? And maybe the bridge QB is someone that they've had prior, like maybe they get a Mitchell Trubisky as a bridge QB, or who else has played maybe you get like a DiNucci or something, like, because this kid, whoever they draft, it's not gonna be long. He might even be the week 1 starter, actually.
DiNucci.
Davis Webb. He sounds
Or
like
even a Drew Lock.
no
Drew Lock. They
team
might
off
bring in a Drew Lock, guys who just
Davis Webb.
Now everything with Cleveland
Might
is
bring back
golfer's
Super Bowl
name.
starting QB Stidham. Stidham would be a bridge QB.
Cleveland is a
he
hot
has
mess.
ties to Davis
No
Webb.
one wants to go there. It looks all signs for Cleveland. It's looking like Jim Schwartz is going to get promoted to the head coaching job.
And it's probably because no one wants to go there.
Crazy.
Yeah.
These kids born in 1995 are being talked about head coaching the NFL. It's crazy.
Salute, Derek.
Yeah, well, so my girl, right? My girl, we're watching the Rams Seahawks game, right? She's like, oh, I hate Sean McVay. I'm like, he's an Aquarius, right? Oh, really? Because she's with this. Oh, yeah, happy birthday to my lady, because it's her birthday today.
Zing.
And then we look it up. I go, yeah, when is his birthday? And his birthday is today, actually. No, tomorrow. I think it's either yesterday. Oh yeah, it was yesterday. His birthday was yesterday, and he just turned 41. So I'm like, what? I'm older than him. I was just because I remember when he got hired, tripping like, oh shit, this fool's like our age. But
Did he just turn
like,
41 or 40? Either way, he was like, anybody bring up the number, we're gonna have problems.
If we're talking Davis Matthew Webb, born January 22nd, 1995.
Oh, look at Aquarius.
Yeah, this is quite the wake up call for my ass. I better not be up to no like midlife crisis or some shit, because that is like not
like, damn it, I need to coach a team. But I can't totally see with like a drop top Corvette.
Just saying.
Yeah. Now, as for
can you see kid in a drop top Corvette though? Full midlife crisis, hair just blowing in the wind.
Oh no convertibles for me.
Come on, you and your cat, right? You'd have like a cat in the passenger seat too, you know what I mean? Or your lady with the cat on her lap, and then the cat has a scarf too.
No, as for offensive coordinators,
nah, if it ever comes down to it and I have the funds, I'll be riding luxurious, but as like a passenger with the chauffeur and the whole bit, man. I'll be taken care of, and everybody's following the law in my vehicle.
I'm in the back of a Maybach.
Oh, there you go, Maybach.
Yeah, there you go. 100% Peacock. That's how I'd ride too. Yeah. I don't want to drive. Fuck that.
Well, as for teams hiring offensive coordinators, the Dolphins hired former.
That's what Southern California will do to you, folks.
Bobby Slowick.
If you love vehicles, I get it. I like it too.
The traffic will beat someone down.
Yeah, if I could go ahead and just bypass all of that, yeah, for sure, I'm all about it.
When I was with Steamboat, shout out to Diamond Joe. He was over here at my crib. We were watching our Niners lose, unfortunately. We'll change the subject. But anyways, he was like, I was like, yeah, we're eating mushroom chocolates and we're drinking. And he's like, yeah, the car's gonna drive me. And then he made a comment. He's like, so crazy when I drive. I'm like, fuck, I don't know how to drive, because he's like 85% of the time just letting the car drive. I'm like, wow, never thought of that. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
That's why people paid that extra dough for it. They anticipate being able to just kick it and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, I asked him, I was like, you ever fall asleep? He's like, well, it won't allow you, like it'll like alert you or something like that. He's like, but I have put the sunglasses on and leaned all the way back one time.
Dude, my beater Hyundai does that. My beater Hyundai with the like, for what it's worth, the Hyundai is pretty safety forward, but whatever. Still a Hyundai. The car though, it'll fucking tell you, it's like, hey man, you need to pull over and you're tired. Like, how the fuck did you know? Are you watching me right now? Because you're right, but how did you know? The fuck? It's crazy.
Is that you, car god?
No, I swear, every time my eyes kind of like wander, because like you could literally be driving fine, like in the lane. But if your vision or your like the not vision, but like if your imagery, like if you look like you're tired, you're fucked, because that car is just gonna be like boop, and then you'll feel like an asshole because you're falling asleep behind the wheel.
Yeah, that's great. Now, as for offensive coordinators, the Dolphins hired Bobby Slowick. The Eagles are expected to hire Jim Bob Cooter as the OC.
Hold on. This is interesting.
Jim Bob Cooter.
Remember old Jim Bob? And Jim Bob Cooter, he spent a long time with Matthew Stafford, and they were slinging it. You know what I mean? And I don't know if it was just because they had years. Actually, even in the years that they had a good ass defense, remember they had a #1 defense for a while when they had Ndamukong Suh in his young days. And who else did they have over there? I can't remember who else they had. They had some beasts over there. But yeah, that was Bob Cooter years. But they had Matthew Stafford slinging it. So maybe for old the old receiving options, maybe because Jalen Hurts, he's not the. If you look at his career, he's not the passingest guy.
No.
I'm wondering if it's always just been the system thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the Chargers officially hired Mike McDaniel to pen to paper yesterday. That's over with. Arthur Smith, we know, is going to Ohio State.
Hold on, Lee. You don't want to. Let's break that down a little bit.
I'm so fucking happy with that shit, man. I am.
You're still going to be the Chargers.
From a fantasy perspective.
I think it's going to be haywire. It's going to be good.
From the fantasy perspective, when you look at Mike McDaniel's time over there with the Dolphins, where he was a head coach play caller, right? You had him have 2 wide receivers finishing as WR1s one season with, I think it was Tyreek was wide receiver 2 that year, and then Waddle was like wide receiver 6 or 8 or something like that. But, you know what I mean? That was incredible. You know what I mean? Because he had Tua. And then like we've also seen him have a Jonnu Smith year where he was like he was a tight end 1, top 5 guy. And then you've also seen him go crazy with Achane these last couple of years, where it kind of took a damper. I mean, the receivers kind of took a hit there, but they also weren't healthy most of this last couple of years. So it's been like the Achane show over there. So I really like this for the Ladd resurgence. Like, we're going to get Ladd at a super value next year because everyone's going to be like, ew, Ladd, right? Because of this past season. And then you got, Hamptons. He should be a decent value, especially for people that bought in early and they was hot about it. You know what I'm saying? And then there's Omarion. What was his name? No, Gadsden. And there's Gadsden.
You got Gadsden. You got Quentin Johnson.
So we need to get these dynasty leagues started so we could draft Chargers or something. Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm talking about how crazy cheap these guys should be.
I have 0 Chargers everywhere because that's just how I roll. But why would I?
Working out pretty good for you. Ladd definitely fucked me in my championship.
Yeah, Lee, see, that's what happens when you break away and you got no confidence in the Chargers. You don't even fuck with them. Except for Quentin Johnston, for whatever reason, it just kind of said, all right, fuck it. Nah, it was some weird league. It was a 32-man
Quentin Johnston was like, all right, I'll be good while everyone else sucks.
I don't know what it was, but I had Quentin Johnston for some reason. I don't know why.
That we may get fucking Tyreek Hill over the Chargers. I hope not.
What was that,
okay, well,
did you notice that no rookie running back hit this year in fantasy, like the way they were supposed to?
For real.
Yeah, it's true.
RJ Harvey is pretty valuable for fantasy playoff leagues.
Yeah,
and then for what it's worth, Money Gang, he had a period of time where he was fucking killing it, and then Scatterboo in the beginning of the season. So if you were able to collect like a couple of those guys, damn, Scatterboo in the beginning, and then finish off the year with Money Gang or
Harvey
whatever.
And,
Hampton.
Although you were and Travion, and it was like,
and look at this for
Travion
the Raiders.
had a spell too.
Look at this for the Raiders. If they bring in Brian Daboll as the OC, like he just want to feed one running back at heart. So like if Genty, we can.
And Judkins had a spell.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what it was too when they they had one of their linemen, Grant. I think he was a rookie or a second year guy. They started getting him play in the second half of the year, and then we saw Genty start to come on, like because their line. Remember, they were down their bookend tackles like by week 2.
That's it. I'm drafting all those guys again this year. Fuck it.
Yeah, me too. Second year running back.
For real. And they should be all
squad right here, bro.
So I be having to remind myself this type of shit too, because I'll be like mad at a motherfucker like that. Fuck him next year.
Clip that.
Yeah, I'm going back to the well.
Second year running back.
I feel like Scatterbo will be drafted up high. Once people go, oh, Scatterbo's going to be ready, and I mean,
hey kid, I forgot this.
How crazy he was to have.
What do you think about? Looks like Frank Wright might be your OC over at the Jets. That came out this morning.
Third Reich?
Yeah.
What?
As the offensive coordinator of the Jets.
Shit, get yourself some Isaiah Williams and or whatever that fucking running back is. Not Williams, right? Is it?
Yeah.
That's the returner is Williams.
Yeah, Frank Reich. That's the guy that drafted John
Davis. Taylor. Isaiah Davis. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Go get him right now if Frank Wright is a fucking...
That's who the Jets are that they're trying to work out a contract right now.
What do you think Brees Hall, where do we think he goes? If he doesn't stay
Come to the Niners! Him and CMC.
We could use her.
I think I'm still gonna say Minnesota because they're definitely in the market again.
Dude, we could be in the market over here in Houston because
Oh yeah, give
Joe Mixon
do
up
that,
in the air.
please.
Nick Chubb was a 1-year deal, and we need somebody other than Woody Marks, I feel.
And Brees Hall has been able to run behind a porous offensive line if that's still the case, right? Like, so
Yeah.
I feel like that's why they brought in Joe Mixon. You know what I mean? And Joe
Exactly.
Mixon
No,
tore it
it
up
will
for
be
that
the
1
case.
year.
These guys
That's
don't
cool
know
though
what
because you
the
guys
offensive
got
line.
fucking Woody, and you don't need Mixon because of Woody. Woody's gonna be another second-year running back that I'd be willing to gamble on for sure.
I know. I almost don't want them to draft anyone just for selfish purposes because I have Woody in Dynasty.
Yeah.
Oh
well,
yeah, wouldn't that be fucking like the Algier treatment where you're like, oh right, dude, 1,000 yards.
I love me some Al Boo Boo.
Right?
Oh man, I wonder where he's gonna go. That's gonna be
See, and
fun.
that's another one I could see going to like the Niners or the Vikings because the Vikings they like that bruiser type, like like
Yeah, I
that's why
think
they brought in Mason.
I think anybody that shows that they want the kid to, he'll have that motivation where it's like, oh wow, I'm playing for an organization that actually
And then
wants
there's
me.
Ken
They're gonna
Walker.
pay me because
There's Ken
oh man,
Walker the third.
breaking the bank. You're breaking the bank with Ken Walker this
He
last
might
two
be a
games.
Super Bowl winning
He
champion at that point.
he
Huh?
I would say the last two games in particular has really elevated his value.
You know
And
what that
Roshan
is?
Wilson.
That's the culmination of Clint Kubiak, bruh. Like Clint Kubiak, and the fact that Charbonnet went down because if you put together Charbonnet and Walker all year, they're badass. But they're not. They're
Really?
two different individuals.
Yeah, very close. Rams are the second place in that like division with the
Good evening,
the
Marco.
running back score.
Marco, good evening.
And the Cardinals, if James Conner and Benson were healthy, that would have been a nasty deal
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Like
I
that
had-
whole
Oh,
NFC
they're
West
gonna
is
be
built
cheap. They're
off
gonna
of
be
the
cheap money
1-2
next year
punch,
too.
except for the
I had
Niners with
Benson also,
CMC.
And they
Yeah,
got a
well-
good offensive line for what it's worth.
Well,
They're good at run blocking.
Coming out this morning, the Steelers don't know the status of Aaron Rodgers, but they would be interested in signing Joe Flacco. If not knowing, that would be full circle. He would have played.
Flacco would be interested in being signed.
Flacco
We
and
already
Flacco
know
is-
that's his attitude. He has no plans on retiring. There's no way Flacco retires.
Yeah, I thought to myself this morning. Now,
Flacco on the
Hey,
block
look.
on all my dynasties.
Hey, the moment that the Steelers
Bro,
say,
how
hey,
many
we
times
might
have
be-
we traded Flacco? It's nuts.
I have so much
I've
Flacco
traded
everywhere all the time. I love it.
Flacco and CMC more than
Man,
just
somebody
about
should
every.
let me have Flacco, man.
I trade him
I
away,
traded
and I
all the
pick him up
Flaccos
on
away.
waiver, and then I trade him away again.
Crazy.
Hey, Peacock, trade him back to me.
now, as for Matthew Stafford said he would take some time to decide whether he would return for the Rams in 2026.
Man, that's just his wife right now, man.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
And you know what though, too? He doesn't have leverage for the first time against the Rams because they have 2 first-round picks this next year. They could potentially make moves to shit. They could fuck around and end up with a Dak. If say Stafford goes, oh, I'm retired, they'll fuck around and end up with a Dak or like end up with a Kirk Cousins. And then they'll draft a future, or they'll just, you know what I mean, fucking, what is it called? Trade it back and then get more future assets and then hit that 27 class. Like the Rams are smart.
Over under Dak makes more money than he is right now
Who?
per year on an AAV.
All right, Brian Daboll to the Titans. He was just hired
Is
as the
it?
offensive
Do you
coordinator.
go? Do you think back? Do you think he worked himself into a position to say that he's the best quarterback available, regardless of draft or free agency? And you better be paying me 1 million?
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
All right, Brian Daboll was just hired by the Titans as the OC.
Dude, that's pretty bad. I don't know. The Titans, dude, I don't know what they're doing.
I think Brian Daboll and Salah, they're gonna get in each other's face a few times. Even
I don't know
when
what
they're
they're
happy
doing,
with each other, they're just fuck I'm talking about. Be on each other's face.
Okay, we'll see. I don't know, man. The Jets and Giants fucking absurd
Not the greatest.
Titans.
Now, here's the thing: is Dayball will be it. It's contingent if he doesn't get the Raiders head coaching job.
Hello.
So
Oh, you delivered? Oh yeah, thanks.
that's what they're saying.
Yeah,
If he doesn't get the job, but that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Now the Dolphins do
Hey,
expect.
gang, it's 9:15 on the West Coast time. Damn, I feel like we've been rocking for like an hour, bro. This is like
You know,
early start, huh?
this is it's early. It's very early. Yes, sir. I was like, what
Damn.
the fuck?
I thought we were gonna start late, and then all of a sudden I'm looking at the clock going, damn, 9:15 shit. We sometimes don't even start this early, and we've been
No
rocking for
shit.
more than 40 minutes.
You ain't lying there.
Sorry, man. Just had that brain fart. Go ahead, man.
As for the Dolphins, Tyreek Hill is expected to be released before the start of the new year, but the team to watch for is the Chargers because of his thing with Mike McDaniel in Miami. So we shall see on that one.
All right.
How do I feel on that one? Don't know. I mean, I don't know when he'll start playing. I don't know if he'll be ready for the new year, possibly, but he got hurt when the early part of the year, Tyreek.
Yeah, I wouldn't even freaking bother with the whole, I guess the baggage that comes with Tyreek Hill, and I don't know, man. It's like the Chargers are gonna have much.
I don't think we
Like
need him, to be
they
honest with
have too many problems as it is being the Chargers. Why would you add Tyreek Hill to the Chargers? That's just wild, bro. Chargers are like fine being chargering all the time outside of hiring a Tyreek Hill. That's I don't know if he's in it to win it. Like I
you.
think
Clip it.
he's
It's the kid of speech.
this guy is probably saying, okay, if the Chargers are dumb enough to give me like $35 million, thinking that I'm gonna be like a legit WR1,
sounds
then
like the Chargers move.
yeah, right. Like nobody else is offering him any money to play
And then
football,
Tyreek Hill, he's on his own mission.
and you
He's on
guys
a
would probably
self-righteous
overpay him.
mission to go under
No.
2 times
No,
revenge game a
I'd
year.
rather spend money on the offensive line than a woman beater. Pause.
There you go. I don't know, man.
That's alleged.
Allegedly. Allegedly. Now, as for Falcons free agent Kyle Pitts, who may get tagged by the Falcons, he's drawing interest from the Dolphins, Bucks, Titans, Eagles, and the 49ers.
If I'm the Falcons, I'm keeping the guy.
Mm-hmm. Now, as for the Chicago Bears, are expected to pursue running back Travis Etienne in free agency. They really want to go after him. That's who they're looking at. And J.K. Dobbins wants to re-sign with the Broncos.
So J.K. Dobbins, man, you just why they
Just
just
wants
need
to
to like
ruin
not
our
do
RJ
anything good.
Harveys.
Just get out of there, J.K.
Go away.
Yeah.
Go to the Chargers. Go back to the
Go
Chargers.
back to the Chargers.
Mess up
Shit,
Omarion.
Or like they could just have him as a true spare tire for real, because like JK's good. He dies at one point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, Peacock mentioned it last week that the Texans are expected to pursue Panthers center Cade Mays.
Nice.
Yeah, and as for the Vikings running back, Aaron Jones could be a cap casualty. The Steelers are a team to watch.
Who's this again?
Man.
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones?
Yeah,
That's
because they're just
They've got
see, this
Caleb
is kind of
Johnson.
it's kind of lazy
Are-
journalism. They're just
What are we
saying
doing
that
with
because
Jaylen
Mike
Warren?
McCarthy might be there.
What about
Mhm.
Jaylen Warren? What kind of situation with the team? Is there any type of commitment?
I think they already
or
signed. They
is he
signed
free
him to an
I
agent?
think they
extension.
signed him to an
Bro,
extension.
we're not adding no more running backs because
No,
we
but
want
see,
to
Kenneth
keep.
Gainwell's gone more than likely because his was like a 1 year thing.
Oh yeah,
We
that was
gotta
a
let the
yeah.
rookie fucking
Oh
evolve
my
into a
God,
role.
Caleb Johnson. I forgot about
We
him.
have to we have to let him evolve into a role and give him the opportunity to give Jalen Warren less of a three down, like a three down back, more of like a
Mhm.
third down back.
Yeah, and then not to mention the fact that it's like, okay, it's gonna be no more Arthur Smith. So who is, if it is McCarthy, he's gonna have a two back system
Jalen
as
Warren,
well.
I hope he proves me wrong and makes me eat my words, but yeah, now that we got that fool out of there and we get a offensive coordinator that can be creative, dude, Jalen Warren, you better watch out. Caleb Johnson, he can give you a run for your money. Just give him some confidence and a couple opportunities to lay helmet, lay
I'm,
hat, and then
that's a good idea. I'm gonna shoot out a bunch of 5s and 6s and see if I can net me some Caleb Johnsons.
Caleb
For,
Johnson. I guess you
I
you
got to renew these leagues though too. I was waiting till after Super Bowl, because I figured I'd try that for the first time.
that was one of the names that was probably most disappointing out of all the rookies. Caleb Johnson was probably the
Yeah.
most disappointing.
Well, as for we know Packers left tackle Rashad Walker was arrested on gun charges last week, and Christian McCaffrey.
What was he doing?
He had
What do you
36.
mean?
He had a concealed gun on him and 36 rounds of ammunition.
So he wasn't
Oh,
licensed
he had
to
the big stick. He had the big clip for real.
Mm-hmm.
36
With like
in
36
one
rounds on him.
magazine
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they call
on
him.
a
Listen. Pause.
on what
In the
caliber
streets, they
round?
call
I
that
guess
a
it doesn't
big
really
dick.
matter,
Pause.
but this
I don't
is
know, but he said it was he had it in a locked box, right? And he said you can check it, but I guess the airport he went through, they didn't sit well with them. And they
Hold on. He tried to bring this thing on an airport.
Yeah, in an airplane.
That guy's an idiot.
Yeah, well, as for Christian McCaffrey, he is the player that has been most voiced about concerns about the EMF exposure at the 49ers facility. And Bogey was almost close. He was there.
I was doing some reconnaissance work over the
you
weekend.
know, I guess it's something that I'm used to seeing, and I live by one, and I've done all the stuff. And,
Now,
you know, I was
and you
driving
work in
down the road,
machinery.
and I seen like two of them, and then one was next to a school, and then the other one was next
Oh my God,
to
the children!
like
Yeah.
a fucking like I think it must have been like a burger place or some shit. But anyways, yeah,
What is Marco?
they're everywhere, man.
Marco's last comment. Woo, okay.
What? Oh no. Hey, English is a second language, so we got to give him a little slack. I don't remember that one.
Now, as for Travis Hunter, is primarily going to be a cornerback and have a package of plays on offense next year.
Well, Jacoby Myers, my baloney has a first name, is probably what pushes him out of being a receiver for real now, because Jacoby, first of all, I feel bad for I just feel bad for the Jags. They're never going to do it. Never Lawrence.
And I'm sorry if I confused the Marcos from the future to Marcos 5598. YouTube does be like throw out some random screen names for our guests, and everybody just had that like so I I don't mean anything personal when I mentioned your name. I was actually thinking of somebody that I knew. So
So
because he's
my
from
girl's birthday.
Germany, and German is his native tongue. So if English is your native tongue, then I don't mean anything by it.
So it's my lady's birthday, right? And so,
Happy birthday to her.
Yeah, for sure. She went aside now. But anyways, she's like, yeah, I got my free Starbucks. I'm like, oh, boom, there you go. And she's like, she likes like boils, like like the shrimp boils, or like we got all these places like Kick and Crab and Boiling Crab and joints like that, right? Where you can just order like pounds of these joints and it comes in a bag and it's just fire. You know what I mean? Anyways, so I'm like, oh, you want to get some shrimp? And she's like, oh, I want that for lunch. And then she wants like this Italian joint that we be fucking with out here. She wants that for dinner. I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm already doing some math. I'm like, all right, it's not so bad. You know what I mean? Get away with like $200. You know what I mean? Well, because the Italian joint for dinner, that's the whole fam. Because I'm like, what do you want to do for lunch? Where it's just me and you, you know? But then the kids, they don't eat seafood like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, I get you. Yeah.
Well, because one of my kids has allergies to it, and this we just never exposed any of the kids to the wonderful world of seafood. I mean, like they eat like they've had like salmon and shit like that because they don't have salmon allergies, but yeah, outside of salmon, they don't eat any seafood for real.
Yeah. Well, as for players that declared for the draft, 2 Indiana players are declared. Cornerback D'Angelo Pons he's supposed to be the 5th.
That's my nephew.
5th ranked cornerback by Mel Kiper.
Poor guy.
Miami defensive end Ruben Bain Jr. He declared for the draft. Indiana wide receiver Omar Cooper Jr. I don't know if that's that's Cooper's son. I don't know if that is or not. Omar Cooper Jr. I don't even know. And then also Mohammed.
That's not Amari Cooper's son for sure.
No. And then Mohammed Peru. He's the 8th. He's going to have his 8th college football season. Oof, that's crazy. And the Bears are expected to explore trade talks for Max Crosby also, as the 49ers are.
Get out of the way, Bears. Get out of the way.
Yeah, I can see Bogey calling crooked right now. Get the fuck out of my way.
I can see Crook calling me.
Yeah.
Saying the same thing. I know what this call is about, Crook. He's getting out of my way.
No, I don't think
That's
that. Yeah. Make sure to head on over to neonpeacockmerch.com. Check out all those new, fresh designs. There's plenty of them there.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
What else you got here?
That's pretty much all I got for today.
Okay. Shit, hit that track.
Okay.
So. Yeah.
Yes, sir. The use is always listening, and you heard it here first. I went ahead and I typed in Joe Brady while we were on air,
Yeah.
and nothing was firing. Nothing. So, yeah. If y'all tuned in, you'll hear it here first.
Yeah.
And then
so the
rumors
Joe Brady isn't officially official?
It's official now.
It's official now.
Yeah,
But we
heard it first.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. Soon as that look.
Heck yeah.
Haha, world. TWN. The
And
W stands for
then
world.
shout out to Banks. If his prediction comes true, that's just another one to be paying attention.
Yeah.
Man, Davis Webb.
Quite the journey. I mean,
The
it's
31-year-old.
like Kellen. It's like a Kellen Moore style journey. Like, look at Kellen Moore, bro. He was a backup to the backup. Then he became like the QB coach, and then he became the offensive coordinator, and then he got head coach. He started floating around as OC. Then he got a head coaching gig.
Yeah.
Man,
I guess winning the Super Bowl will do that too, though.
that's a proud parent right there. Like,
I got one thing I was thinking about. So, what are the remaining jobs that are open? Like, so
Just
you got
Arizona,
Raiders?
Cleveland, and Raiders. That's it.
Okay. So Clint Kubiak's not going to any of them joints, man.
No.
Mm-hmm.
He's not.
Yeah,
going
I
to
think
any of them
when
joints.
you're hiring a 31-year-old, if it becomes a thing, if he does
Davis
get
Webb.
hired, dude, that's a total red flag for all the older states fucking people because all the successful coaches thus far
Yeah, Booger's in my notebook.
recently have been fair, like what, 40, 30, you know, when's the last time Belichick won anything, dude? That's like the last time an old man won something.
Andy Reid.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, but that's the culmination of an entire decorated career. Finally getting
Andy Reid
the
could go
coveted
down
prize, and he did
with
it 3
the
times.
he's gonna go down with what's his face? Exactly.
Yeah,
Bill Belichick.
yeah.
You
Belichick, like Belichick
you're
got 7,
you're riding
right?
into the netherworld. Fucking can't even hack it in uh
College.
college without getting fucking drama and
I mean,
some
listen,
stupid
because he's
exposure.
exploring the wonderful world of co-ed college. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't
He
know.
has all these young baby mamas now.
That's winning culture for the 70 plus club, but you know, for football organizations, I don't know.
Maybe low key, he was maybe low key one of his heroes, along with Otto Graham, was Hugh Hefner. He was just like, Hugh had him young. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You know, when you get that old and you have the freedom to use your wealth to do what you want with it, and that's what they want, then they're probably going to be able to get it. It's no problemo when you have the right type of bank account.
Hey, you never know. Maybe Bill Belichick is one hell of a coach in every field where he's like goes to the bar, right? He goes to the bar. It's the college bar. It's cracking. Everyone's like, "Oh, Bill," but then he notices
He's
that
a
one.
pickup artist.
Yeah,
He's going to
he's
talk
drawing
about
the
the
X's and O's. He's like, "All
punters
right, I come around
and
here.
the long snappers and the
This
chain
motherfucker
gang.
he
He don't even
even
like
hollers at the
football. He
bride.
likes talking about the
You
weird
know who I
shit
am.
about football. You know where the idea of chalking the lines this thick was? He'll go ahead and tell you a story about where they came up with the idea to fucking make
It
the
was
chalk
1939.
length the way it is
It
or
went
whatever.
from 2-inch lines to the now modern four
Yeah,
inch,
he he'd rather talk
the
about
6-inch.
that than,
Pause.
his favorite receiver of all time or something like
Albert
that.
Dayball, the new OC for Titans. Yes, if he doesn't get the Raiders job.
What up, Albert?
But I think the Bake said it's the Raiders job is probably going to Davis Webb.
That's wild.
I mean, listen. This might be. I'm not going to judge the hire, but historically, since Al Davis his passing, rest in peace. You know what I mean? Mark Davis with that haircut that he chooses to rock out in public. This is when you look at that haircut, you know this man makes bad decisions. Okay, you can base it on his haircut. He got all the money in the world. He wants that bowl cut. He chooses it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that is.
And
Not
then
only
about to,
that, but he cuts the bangs like way high,
You think
right?
he'd all
You
his
know,
money he'd
that's
have a toupee, a good nice toupee. Man, fucking looks like a fucking donkey's ass.
it's like he's intentionally trying to have a receding hairline.
Jeez.
That's wild, right?
that's all he's looking for. He's like, this is the owner look.
I need a receding hairline.
Like an
Well,
owner.
sir, you don't really have one. You know, like you could like let it go and have a normal
He
haircut. No,
actually
no, no.
shaves off
Make
the
it look
top.
like I have a
But
receding
then
hairline.
again, he does have a part owner in Tom Brady who has his commercials for Hair Club for Men. He can get him all the hair he wants, boss.
Lee, if you're on to
All the wrong
something,
things.
that is the craziest conspiracy I've ever heard in my life. It's so crazy it could be true.
I mean, the secret is not so much the secret. It's avocados, man. You know what I mean? Here's the thing. You think Tom Brady is like, we should hire. I mean, okay, let's rewind this real quick. So Davis Webb, obviously the quarterback. Then somewhere along the way, he becomes a quarterback coach for the Broncos, right? And like I guess he does so well with Bo Nix that this is why he's in talks.
Well, Bo Nix and him were in college together, and then actually they shared the same babysitter too. No, I'm just kidding. That's
I was about to
how
buy into
young this
that. I
kid.
was
That's
buying
how
into that
young
shit
this
like a
coach is.
motherfucker.
It's
Hey,
so freaking
you should have
wild.
just kept it going.
it
Uh,
it's ridiculous that some of these guys that are in the organizations that they are working in and probably doing really well at the job, and they're not even getting a look because the Raiders are crazy.
Yeah, the Raiders are nuts, but
yeah.
it is what it is. But
31 years old for a head coach in the NFL. I don't think this is it, head coaching.
I'm
Are
not
we
trying to
giving
knock it.
him the hey, are we Bakes, are we giving him like
A
like
5 year.
is he calling the plays?
I
Like
mean, that's another thing too. Cause like that's usually why OC. That's why we live in a day and age of the head coach play callers because they were former OCs that were calling plays, right? And a lot of like Ben Johnson, for example. You know what I mean? And even then, he was calling plays, but still at any given moment in Detroit, he had motherfucking Dan Campbell that could be like, no, we're doing this, we're going for it. You know what I mean? Give me your play, give me your best fourth down play right here. You know what I mean? Like, and he might not necessarily want to do it, but he definitely took that aggression, that aggressive approach with him to Chicago. You know what I mean? So like, Davis Webb, we don't have any idea what to expect from him outside of like, what is he gonna be? Is he a Sean
he's a
Payton
quarterback
disciple now?
coach. He's
Yeah,
a
I don't know.
quarterback coach, man. I'm like, what are we interested in
I mean,
fulfilling the head coach?
Matt LaFleur made his hay, jumping around from position coaching, but mainly he was the quarterbacks coach, if I remember correctly, with Shanahan, as Shanahan the OC for Matt Ryan that year that he was the MVP. So then that got him the OC gig for 2018 with the Titans. That was when Mike Vrabel first got that gig, and then they go ahead and he parlays that into the head coaching gig with Green Bay. So it's like, when you expect, when you see what them as an OC, first you kind of have expectations of what to expect systematically, what they're going to run. I have no idea what to expect with a Davis Webb. You know what I mean? Like, and because we don't know what
I would
quarterback.
like to see him as a coordinator first and get an idea what his everybody has their own ideology on how to, run a system. They have systems.
Yeah, and then there's
They're actually gonna pick players because of the system
yeah.
most
I
of
was
the
about to
time.
say like are they going to build around the QB like they immediately like I would imagine they're going to have
Who
someone in place.
knows? Right? Who knows? We're all just kind of throwing a lot of money, or not, I should say,
No,
in the
that
proper
too. They're
ways.
they're they're paying so
We're
many other head
banking
coaches
on
too prior.
this guy's 31 years old and what has developed into a good quarterback coach.
I
But
mean, the
this
guarantee is
is
probably not going to be
this
crazy.
is this is one of the premier NFL teams. I'm not even a Raiders
Yeah,
fan,
as
but
far as name brands.
I will absolutely put the Raiders in the top 5 in like the echelon of NFL.
Yeah, Raiders, Steelers, Cowboys, Packers, Niners. You know what I mean? These are
Yeah,
storybook franchises that like
dude,
have
the
massive
Raiders,
fan
the
bases.
Raiders are under the captain of the ship is younger than the captain on defense. This is, I don't know.
Yeah, and all the Patriots fans are from the last. If you
Mike
ask me, they're
Vrabel.
all from the Brady era,
Mike
right?
Vrabel is a captain of ship because he was a captain of defense, and then he played his way into like retirement, and
And
then
all the
got
Seahawks
gigs and
Seahawks
worked his
12s
way up
are
to
all
a
fucking bandwagoners.
position and said, "Hey, you know what? This is an idea that I have. Let's go ahead and build around it." And then all of a sudden, that defense is from the 2-win team, 2 or 3-win team last
Four
year,
four win,
4-win team. Sorry,
I think. I'm
4-win
guessing.
team to
I
Super
think that
Bowl.
is to a 4-loss team.
Vrabel. The
5-loss, maybe, whatever it is.
Tennessee, you guys, I'm sorry, y'all suck, man.
I know. And then now here's Saleh, who's like, he's defensive minded, but he's like a rah-rah guy too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Very
but then, and Mike Vrabel, he's like a real serious, like, I'm gonna fuck you up if you fuck this up. You know what I mean?
Vrabel is one of my favorite coaches alongside of Tomlin. I think Tomlin's gonna get a nice position. He's wise to let it
He'll do TV for a while.
come to fruition, I would
He's
say.
he's like a brother for real. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like he's gonna be great television, bro. You know what I mean? He's not like a stick up the ass like guy. Pause.
I don't want him to exit this early from coaching though. I want to see this guy lead teams and
he's still young, huh? He was one of the young 50. Hires back then too. Like
is he even 50? Is he 50, 51?
He's like 30 something when he first got hired. Yeah, so like 20 years later. Yeah.
I don't think he's done coaching. There's no way. Especially when we seen the Broncos head coach do what he did, go out, take a hiatus, and come back to it. When I
think when you're at Mike
nice
Tomlin
team to come back to, Tomlin will have that same opportunity. A team like the Broncos were just like a coach away. Maybe they had the draft picks. They just needed a leader, and Tomlin is goddamn. Dude, that guy could fucking lead a team. Are you kidding me?
I mean,
we never relied on calling on we never relied on him calling no plays. We just need him to get these guys ready to play, and that's what that guy's all about. And I mean, shit,
bro,
like Boogie said, he's never had a losing season. Dude, that's so crazy.
No one has that on their resume.
We'll see what the Steelers have up their sleeves if they're gonna go ahead and call it, close the books on this one.
Yeah.
This will be interesting to see what they do.
Yep, and you already know, whenever anything pops up, we'll be right here to cover it, right here on the GWN. You know, shout out to our sponsor, NeonPeacockMerch.com. And just keep your eyes peeled because and shout out to the fella because I think he had some appointments this morning, but he might cover the Shrine game because man, the grit definitely don't quit, especially with the fella. If you guys want to know how the fella secures multi titles every year, it's because he is never not in the gym, and it starts from his early scouting right here at this Shrine Bowl. So you know what I mean. Stay tuned for that because he might cover that. He said if he gets back to the crib on time. And outside of that, we'll be back at you with Wake Your Game Up on Friday. And for everybody that rocks with Stay Tuned Live, check us out on there. Willie's Bar tonight on Stay Tuned Live on YouTube. Man, shout out to the fellas over there. You feel me?
Sure.
Shit, I might miss another Willie's Bar now I think about it because it's my lady's birthday, so I'm going to be at some dinner too. So, yeah, man.
Happy birthday to her.
You never know. Might make a cameo.
Nope.
We'll see. But yeah, man, you know what I mean? Appreciate y'all and stay tapped in. Let's go.
Peace.
Peace out, everybody. Have a good one.
Sky, I run a tight ship. Loose lips sink ships. Run shit, dripping like a runny faucet. Let that sink in. Table full of bosses at the meeting, double crosses, and we gon' have to toss you off the deep end, baller blockers. They tryna block my shine, solar eclipse. I'm a mobster and a doctor. I prescribe your daily fix. From the tech mecca, we lit, we see chips. Bench presser pumping this weight, the bees flip. Don't let the tech stretch you, talking that shit, get greenlit. Silly suckers tried to ride my wave, got seasick. How I'm living, counting this chicken, we out eating. AM to the PM every day, carpe diem. Yeah, I'll tell you about that money off top, boy, gotta feed somebody. Look, I don't know nothing except make more money. If you ain't got no money, then you ain't nobody. nobody. Money is a religion, righteous cause for sinning. Riding for the cause, we've been down from the beginning. 100 miles are running, all your mouths are running. If you ain't talking money, then you ain't saying nothing. Yeah, we finna ball like recess. Stash bands in the wall and the heat vents. Vacuum seal so the smell don't seep in. I represent the underworld, this ain't no secret. Stay 10 toes down, both feet pressed. Duck the alphabet boys, cover up my feet prints. They know my name, I'm heavy in this game. Knee deep in this thing, I ain't just get my feet wet. We way fresher so they got vendetta. So we keep stick with us, leave you with a leaky defense. How I'm living, counting this chicken, we out in AM to the PM every day, carpe diem. Yeah, I'll tell you about that money off top, boy, gotta feed somebody. Look, I don't know nothing except make more money. If you ain't got no money, then you ain't nobody.